The moment she spoke, it felt like a silent bomb had detonated inside me. I was folding the laundry, our laundry, when she looked at me with those cold, unapologetic eyes and said, "I'm only with you until someone better comes along." The words landed in the quiet apartment like shards of glass, cutting through everything I thought I knew. I froze, my fingers gripping the edge of the folded shirt, my heart thrumming in disbelief. I wanted to laugh, maybe out of denial, maybe out of fear. "Fair enough," I muttered, my voice almost foreign to my own ears. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument we'd ever had, denser than the tension I'd ignored for months. I studied her face, trying to find a trace of joke, a flicker of affection, anything, but there was only an indifferent calm that mirrored a reality I wasn't ready to accept. I didn't see it at first, the small cracks in her behavior that had been there all along, the late nights that suddenly weren't work, the phone she kept tucked close like a secret, the way her laughter sometimes felt performative, like she was playing a role I'd never auditioned for. I had rationalized it all, told myself that love required trust, that doubt was a poison I didn't need. But as her words hung in the air, trust had shattered. I left the laundry on the couch and went to our bedroom, my footsteps hollow against the hardwood floor. My mind raced with fragments of memory. The smell of her perfume lingering on a stranger's coat in the laundry basket. The way she avoided eye contact when I asked simple questions about her day. Each moment was a clue I had dismissed, a shadow I had ignored. And now, the picture was crystal clear. She had been erasing me from her life piece by piece, carefully, intentionally. I found myself standing by the window, staring out at the city lights that glittered like a million indifferent witnesses. The streets were alive, moving, oblivious to the collapse happening behind these walls. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to demand an explanation that I knew wouldn't justify anything. But the words I found were different, quieter, heavier. "How long?" She looked at me, tilting her head slightly, as though she were curious why I asked, not alarmed. "How long what?" she said, her voice smooth, practiced. "How long have you been planning this? How long has someone better existed for you?" The words slipped out, trembling with rage and heartbreak, each one a confession of the trust one had given freely, the love I had surrendered completely. Her eyes flickered, just for a moment, with a flicker of something. I wanted to call it guilt, but it was fleeting, like sunlight on water. "You think I planned it? It wasn't about planning. It's just, I needed to feel alive again. I needed." She paused, searching for the words, as if my pain was a puzzle she didn't want to solve. Something more. Something different. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to dismantle every excuse, every justification, every fragile reason she offered. But even as the betrayal clawed at me, even as my heart pounded with a mixture of fury and sorrow, there was a part of me that understood. Not excusing it, not forgiving it, but understanding that love can decay, that people can wander, that promises can feel meaningless when desire drifts elsewhere. For days, I haunted our apartment like a ghost. I watched her move through spaces we had shared, listening to the soft hum of her routines, noting the subtle ways she avoided me, the way her laughter had changed, the cold precision in her gaze. I confronted her in fragments, piecing together the truth like a detective assembling evidence. Text messages she thought I wouldn't notice, lunch receipts from cafes I never visited, subtle slips in conversation that confirmed my worst fears. The betrayal was meticulous, creeping like a shadow that lengthened with the setting sun. Gradual, undeniable, inescapable. Yet amidst the fury and despair, there was a clarity I hadn't expected. I realized I didn't need to confront her with vengeance or tears. The betrayal was hers to bear, just as the weight of her lies was hers alone to carry. I had only one choice: to reclaim myself from the ruin she had made of my trust. The night I finally spoke, it was quiet, almost tender in its brutality. She looked at me, waiting for the storm, but I simply said, "I know everything." My voice was calm, deliberate. No anger, no begging, no pleading, just the cold, unyielding truth. She blinked, startled, and for the first time, I saw panic. The carefully constructed indifference faltered. "Everything. Every secret, every lie, every shadow you thought I wouldn't see." I stepped back, letting the distance between us fill the room. letting the silence do the work that words could not. I loved you with everything I had. But I won't love someone who doesn't want to stay. You wanted better. I want honesty. I want respect. I want truth. Her lips parted, as if to speak, but no words came. For the first time in months, she had no shield, no excuses, no rehearsed lines. And I, for the first time, felt the liberation that comes not from revenge, not from forcing understanding, but from seeing the end of a story that never belonged to me. I left the apartment the next morning, the city still alive and indifferent outside. I didn't look back. I walked forward, carrying the weight of heartbreak, but also the resolve to rebuild, to live without illusions. Some wounds remain forever. Their ache a quiet companion, a reminder of what was lost and what I survived. Her betrayal would haunt me, yes, but it would not define me. And in that quiet, powerful truth, I found a freedom sharper and more beautiful than any lie she could tell. If you felt the sting of betrayal or the weight of heartbreak, please support my channel. My goal is 1,000 subscribers so I can keep sharing these deeply human stories with you. Hit subscribe and join me on this journey of raw emotion and suspense. You won't want to miss what comes next.